Hello and welcome, Snake here. Today I come with another tier list. It's time for Nurgle, one of my favorites, and I'm using Tier Maker tool to do that, which I want to thank for existing because these guys are awesome, and let's go. But before I start, I want to add a disclaimer or two. So you need to understand my point of evaluation these units. As a disabled person, I struggle with some kind of mobility, right? I have a limitation of movement of my hands, so I play different. And this reflects my playstyle, and the judgment on units is a little bit different than typical creator would have. So you need to understand it. I think it's sorted out, so let's go. Nurgle units are different because they're not available like any other. You build up, you recruit. You have a cycling buildings, and you have availability limited per every unit to each cycle. They split on two categories, demonic and mortals, and also the buildings itself. So I'm gonna try to address that. Every demonic unit has Cloud of Flies that gives them +9 melee defense, which is huge. And first from that is Nurglings. Nurglings are good. Nurglings are good for the being, chaff unit, being absolutely blobby, annoying as fuck. They are extremely good if you want to trap somebody from running away. If they don't have insane mass like 2000 plus, they're not gonna escape. Nurglings will never let them go. The Nurgling animation is so messed up, they block even your units from attacking. If you play Kugaf and add points, Nurglings are more than okay. They're very good. If you can put them into very good when you add Kugaf couple of points. Next up are Exalted Plague Bearers, Plague Bearers in general. I think they could be better. They're nothing special. I don't like recruit them because, okay, they have physical resistance like any other demonic unit. Low armor, higher melee defense, but nothing crazy. I recruit them just to, fill the void of whatever, and I forget about them. Exalted Plague Bearers, on the other hand, are superior compared to normal Plague Bearers because they have the magic attack. It's only 3 shots, so you do need to think what you do. So it has to be done more like wait, make sure the unit you're shooting is like stationary, and then blow your load. They're gonna do insane amount of damage. High armor piercing missile will do miracles. Outside of that, these are still Plague Bearers. They don't have the massive armor, higher stats, but in the long run, they're gonna die. A Regiment of Renown of Exalted Plague Bearers is one of the best. Next up are the Mortals, and basically infantry, Mortal and Marauders. Wait, no, Marauders could be better. Nothing crazy about Marauders, nothing special. They just exist like typical Marauders. However, their counterpart with great weapons is trash. When Great Weapon has the same melee attack as normal Marauder and has lower stats in defense, you know that something is messed up. Okay, armor piercing is out there, but no, I would never take it. I would never risk it. It sucks. Okay, it should be better, but it's below should be better. Pestigores are okay. Pestigores have a couple of buffs. They have 25% missile resistance due to scaly skin, their vanguard deployment. They also have the typical gore unit buff, which is Primal Fury. And they're better than great weapons. They are armor piercing unit, lower stats than typical Marauder, but in general, they can do better than Marauders. But Pestigores are harder to get than Forsaken. Forsaken will be better right away because you build up the building and you immediately get one Marauder, one Forsaken, and Forsaken is above them all right away. It has armor, it's very good versus non-armored units, and it has Frenzy. It's gonna perform very, very good against units you don't need armor piercing. So definitely Forsaken of Nurgle winning in this category. They're the same tier unit. And the cycling, like first 3 levels, you have those 4 units that I just cover. And Forsaken are the best. Absolutely the best of them. Chaos Warriors. Chaos Warriors and great weapons, very good. Nothing to say about that. This is a staple warrior unit that it works in every freaking roster. Very good and very reliable. And next up are, of course, Chosen of Nurgle, and I evaluate them literally the same way as I did with Zinj. Why? Because these are Chosen. However, these are better because you can get them on tier 3. In a minor settlement, when your building cycled out, you will have Chosen in a minor settlement, which means you can get them more and more. Absolutely wonderful unit. I'm sad because neither Chosen or Chaos Warriors have our anti-large variant, which is a sadness, but what can you do? You can't have everything. Otherwise, Nurgle would be OP. Definitely worth recruiting all day, every day. Next up, we're gonna go into cavalry alike. Something fast, cavalry alike units. Chariot. Crap. Nurgle Chariot is the worst of them all. I think it's not worth recruiting. Reason for that is whenever you charge in, there is a low chance you're gonna pull it out. And I tested against different type of units like greenskins, vampires, ogres. Chariot is losing all day, every day, and it's just not performing as it should. And because it's a Nurgle, it has the lowest melee attack. 17 for a chariot. It's terrible. And I don't think like collision attack is doing much in this case. Marauders with throwing axes, in my eyes, are just okay. And the reason for that is the limitation of ammunition, range, and a junky animation itself. I tested out, especially with the cornet throwing axes. No, I know every Nurgle unit has poison attacks, so it's like, oh, poison. 12 shots is not enough to kill something. Of course, they will do damage. Don't get me wrong. Armor piercing damage, not high armored, but armor piercing, but still armor piercing. They're gonna do damage, but 12 shots will leave them like you will have to send them into combat, and in melee combat they will lose. So this is not enough ammo, makes them just okay. They're gonna do their job, but and another is Pox Riders of Nurgle. So these guys, I wish they have really good stats on paper, okay? But it's not enough for being like a very good group. A reason for that is the animation of hopping frogs. You know, Pox, the froggies. They just... No. Stats in general are extremely good. Pox Raiders should be better. I don't know why not. They have equal base weapon and armor piercing, so they technically are good against both ways, right? Plus their bonus versus infantry, so they should absolutely smash infantry, especially armored. With magic attacks, they should obliterate everything, and yet they don't. 24 entities with high mass, low charge bonus, yet they don't. And I don't know why. They should be way better. And I want to value them higher, but I can't due to the junky animation that always traps them inside the blobs. But I feel they should be designed to fight in prolonged combat, but they don't. And I want them to be better. Please make them better. Chaos Warriors, Chaos Knights, Cavalry is just bad. And it's not because I hate cavalry, which I do, but they are just bad. Again, lowest melee attack, and they just don't have impact when they start charging in and fighting in general. And trust me, I've been playing Nurgle a lot, and I've been giving them chances over and over. Why? Because you have limitation to recruit, so I cannot recruit multiple the same units as I want, so I take whatever I have often, and I test these out, and they underperform greatly. Which is a shame, despite having, info in their panel that they're anti-infantry. They're not anti-infantry. They don't have any bonuses against infantry. So I don't know why description says they are anti-infantry. Come on, CA. But Rot Knights of Nurgle are amazing. And if you add Kha'Zix to equation, they're god tier, which I should make. They're absolutely god tier when you add Kha'Zix to their army. Amazing. They gonna crush everything, especially large units. Region makes them very, very tough, and high life due to low amount of entities makes them, very reliable and absolutely wonderful. Next up are flyers and monsters in general, And first up are the plague drones of Nurgle. And plague drones of Nurgle, together with the death herds, they have the same stats. Rot flies are a little bit different, but all these three flyers have high armor piercing, and they perform terrible in melee when they need to kill something on the ground that is multi-entity. However, they do very well against single entities. They do very well against armor single entities, like Legends said, dragons. They do very well as versus dragons, eagles, stuff that it's even lords and heroes. They can do a lot of damage. And rot flies could be better, but I did use them in defense. When you defend settlements, you have to your disposal rot flies often and plague drones of Nurgle. Plague drones of Nurgle are okay. Really, they're okay. Plague drones of Nurgle deathheads have the range attack, and they are very good. This is super deadly powerful armor-piercing missile. Again, you need to be mindful because there is not enough ammo. Many times, especially after the buffs, I've been using Deathhead's plague drones to kill Hermann Gorst. Hermann Gorst, I managed to kill. Those missiles, of course, Gorst doesn't have much armor, yet they were still very powerful to take him really low, and then I charged with the plague drones and the Furies I had. Whenever you start Nurgle, you have Furies at the start, and that was enough to kill Gorst. So, if unit can take Gorst, I count it as a good unit. So definitely worth it. Furies, on the other hand, still crap. I cannot value Furies higher than their crap. Their unit, recruit, send and die. Pretty much it. Same goes for the Hounds. Hounds could be better. I mean, when you play Warriors of Chaos, definitely they're amazing. But in Nurgle, you recruit them to what? Chase down routed units? Because in combat, their leadership is crap. They're 38 leadership base. Like, come on. I fart in my chair and they get routed immediately, even when I play them and control them. So they're terrible. They're terrible. But in Nurgle situation, there is a high chance you're going to recruit them. Because what else? And next up are, of course, my least favorite Plague Toads of Nurgle. And okay, they're not as bad as I think they are, because they can do something with magic attack. The Cloud of Flies makes them melee defense good enough, but still low charge bonus. They can do damage, but they're far from being perfect. And Pox Riders are better, but these guys, no, absolutely no. And now we're getting into territory of the monstrous units, infantry, monsters in general. Chaos Spawn of Nurgle could be better. I'm sorry, I want to give them more, but these guys are siege attacker, that's good. But you have availability with other siege attackers in early stages anyway. Despite not being demon, they have Cloud of Flies bonus as well, so they're resistant. They will do a lot of damage. I would say, okay, even I can drag them into being okay, but it's just that despite being unbreakable, they just don't. They satisfy me with their, combat capabilities. Bile Trolls, on the other hand, are fucking amazing. Bile Trolls, I don't know what did they do with the trolls here, but god damn it. Corrosive Bile, which trolls have, is reducing everyone around melee defense by 6, region, heavy armor piercing. These trolls are absolutely killers. Wonderful addition to Thrones of Decay. Worth recruiting all day, every day. Superior when you compare them to spawns. Next up are the ogres. One is normal versus infantry, second is anti-large. And I would say they're very good. They're not super amazing, of course. They're not, unless you play with Tamrakhan. When you play Tamrakhan, you can put them here because Tamrakhan is buffing them nicely. They will destroy everything. But you need to remember, you as a Nurgle, you can heal them, which makes them way better than any other. And they have high bonuses versus infantry and large, making them really good. 16 entities, 10,000 life, a lot of life to replenish, very good weapon strength. They are just very good, and they can smash walls, which is another very nice detail. So they are very good when you play Tamrakhan. They're great and amazing. Spawn of Nurgle. Beast of Nurgle, sorry, I always messed up. Beast of Nurgle is absolutely one of my favorite units since the start of Warhammer 3. Beast of Nurgle is underrated, very good unit. It has Cloud of Flies, region. You can add, at least there was a talent where you could add bonus versus infantry, very high armor piercing, extremely good versus single entities. And they have also debuff to melee attack around them and speed. Very good. Immune to flanking, which is another very good stuff. Problem with them is their animation makes them spread a little bit too much, and when Beast of Nurgle is spread too much, it can be surrounded by multiple enemies, and then it starts falling apart because it's demon. But if you play correctly with them, they are super powerful. And now, Chaos War Shrine of Nurgle. And War Shrines of every god usually suck ass so hard because they're big, slow, annoying. Nurgle War Shrine is amazing, almost amazing. I would say, yeah, it's amazing. But because it's slow, sometimes it doesn't, follow up things. But you can have hero on War Shrine as well. But I still recruit them. They give aura of replenishing, so you can heal your units in combat, which, come on, it's great, and also buff leadership. But it's a very, very good unit to have, let's say, with Chosen, because it's faster than Chosen. But I've been using that with Ogres. I've been using that with Chaos Spawns. I tried that with multiple units, and because it heals, it's very good. You need to, however, make sure when something shoot it, try to take care of that, because they're vulnerable to being shot down due to their massive size. However, replenishing life and having large life pool definitely helps to stay alive. Great Unclean One is also very good in my eyes. With all the spells that are bound spells and doesn't require Winds of Magic, makes it great. It's so freaking good. It's a large entity, it's slow, so it's gonna do its worth, absolutely. Especially when you build up army full of them, which I still need to do it to show you guys, but it's very good unit. But you do need to research all the bound spells, you need to add all the stuff first, because when they're naked, they're not as that good. But definitely higher tier. And when it comes to Soul Grinders, Soul Grinder of Nurgle is God tier Soul Grinder. It's the best Soul Grinder. The missile that Soul Grinder is shooting is extremely powerful. The explosion has high armor piercing, and it's just destroying infantry. It obliterates infantry. It's so vicious. I hate fighting Soul Grinders of Nurgle because they do so much damage. It's painful. Again, it says it's anti-infantry, yet it doesn't have any anti-infantry bonuses. Nevertheless, when you get yourself army of Soul Grinders, and remember, Nurgle can heal, you're gonna have insane value. And the last, of course, is the Toad Dragon, which again is amazing, extremely powerful. When you give it to Tamrakon with other Toad Dragons, you're gonna obliterate everything, especially after the buff to collision. Jesus, the collision with these guys is insane. You run down, you can literally trample entire unit. It's sick and powerful. I love it. And that's it. I tried to make it faster than my previous one because you guys complained that I've been dragging it too long. And this is my list of Nurgle. I hope you like it. And tell me which one you want me to cover next tier list and what else I could improve to make it better. I hope you like it. Please subscribe if you want to help me. Have a great day. Thank you for watching. Take care and bye bye.